Righto, picked this up the other day. It's an LG powered, Bluetooth powered subwoofer. So in its own right, it's absolutely useless because they don't pair to normal Bluetooth. They pair to their own proprietary Bluetooth. This one is, it says wireless active subwoofer, model LS44A1-D, 35 watts. So first things first, let's do a quick teardown, see if we can get this thing apart. Okay, that was easy enough. And inside we've got, let's take that off, that will be the speaker connector plug. We've got a power supply, we've got a big filter cap there. It's at 180 microfarad, 450 volt, and we've got the power amp module here, and we've got the Bluetooth module here. So I might see if I can work out how to bypass the Bluetooth module and connect this up as a standalone subwoofer, but for the moment, let's not get too ambitious. Let's see how to tear this thing apart. Just using a little tool here, it's like a poker tool, just to get in under the, because I've rotated this thing around. There are no screws that are obvious to pull this thing apart. There we go, it comes off pretty easy. And here we've got one subwoofer. So need a flat blade to get in under here. That comes out pretty easy. And we've, oh, that's actually got a nice thump to it. I use a flat blade screwdriver, get underneath there. It can be troublesome to get out. And there we have it. And that is it. So one 35 watt subwoofer. Nothing else is in here. There's just the port and that's it. So this means that you can either keep this as a, if you've got a power supply, which I do. So I've got this, which I've done a review on, my little ZK MT21. This has actually got 100 watt stage output for this subwoofer. So I might actually hook this up and see how this works. The other thing is, if I can get the Bluetooth bypassed in the power amp, I might use this as an active subwoofer, but I might just have a play. But that is how you pull one of these apart in about 10 seconds or less. Alright, got this hooked up, got some dodgy leads happening. Let's get this volume cranked, got the subwoofer volume all the way up. You can certainly feel some bass coming through there. Alright, let's not get a copyright strike. Let's go to some royalty-free music. Alright. Got some nice air pumping there. Oh, that is horrible. But if you play with the crossover frequency up here and adjust the volume, it actually sounds quite reasonable. Now the other speakers I'm using are just some Onkyo bass reflex little 6-inch 2As there, or 5-inch 2As there. You sound pretty revolting, but just for testing they're perfectly fine. Let's see what else we can come up with here. This sub actually sounds alright. Okay, got my trusty sine wave generator happening here. Let's take this down to 50 Hertz, thereabouts. Phone volume cranked all the way up. Got some nice puffing there. So that's about the maximum current excursion that you could get, which is looks like it's about 10 millimeters. And just see, yeah, so here we go, get some fluttering there. 16 hertz. Little bit of comb movement there. 11 hertz. Now I'm going to start driving DC into these and I'll start cooking them, so I'm going to stop that. But suffice to say, this little subwoofer actually doesn't sound too bad. And again, always impressed by this little ZK MT21 amplifier. First time I've hooked up a subwoofer to this using the built-in power amp module. Yeah, it's starting to get a little bit of warmth there, but not too bad. And powering this, I am using an 18 volt 1.1 amp power supply. Now I've done a whole nother video on how much current and how much power you need to drive one of these little MT21s. But that's not the reason for today's video. Today's video is to show you a teardown of this, how to pull it apart, and what it actually sounds like. Righto, this is the wireless Bluetooth receiver module, EAT6187511, model RS3 from LG. This is the wireless, it's a 26 pin ribbon connector cable that goes onto the amplifier board. Obviously this is the power supply. So what I was hoping to be able to do was to work out a way of basically finding the analog pins out to turn this into a powered amplifier for the subwoofer without having to use pesky proprietary LG Bluetooth. Short answer is I can't, because I've scoured the net. I cannot find a circuit board showing the pinouts, these 26 pins here. I would also need to look at these pins here to see which ones would have to be bridged so that it tricks the amplifier board into receiving a signal to switch for the power supply to switch the amplifier on. So you need two things. You need the switching circuits to know which one of these pins to connect out and to bridge, and then you also need the pin outs. There'll be a ground and then there'll be an analog out. Often these are analog out and digital out, so I would be hoping that this is analog out, but because I can't find any data at all, everything I've turned up says it's proprietary to LG and you can't get a circuit or a pin out diagram. So we're back to just doing the teardown and doing this as a subwoofer test. So anyway, it's probably not as useful as I was hoping it would be, but it hopefully could be something good for you. Use this as a passive subwoofer, it doesn't sound too bad.